So between Zinky and I call this guy Bumpo, Blump. I call him Blump. But Zinky, he's what did he do that was strange? He did a lot of strange things, but he's also the go-to guy because like Blump sends Zinky to me to beg. They don't like begging, but you know that's his job. And oh yeah, because there was this Antifa guy who came back here and he was no good. I didn't like the Antifa guy, and I call him a buka. These are like bukas. This guy is a slanderous liar, antichrist, anarchist. He thinks he's like the divine, knowledgeable one. Only in his mind are the definitions correct. The words don't mean anything outside of his mind, and it really just like characterizes what Yahweh represents, the Roach, the Word of God, in the Roach. But this is a New Ager. He's an Antifa. He's the common people as like this. He's not the transcendent. He's the common guy, but he gave a little speech about how the animals are correct, and he said, Zwinky liked him. Zwinky liked him. I didn't like the guy. Zwinky said, no, he was the best. He knew everything. But it's funny because I kind of chased the guy out of here. But Zwinky was all sad. And then I brought food, and Zwinky came into bed, and I gave him food. I put 3 plates out of food for 3 cats, and I knew that other guys would come. But Zwinky didn't, he just, sniffed at them, and then he didn't eat them. He just left them all alone. He didn't even touch them. So Zwinky was like protesting that I kicked Antifa out of here. And that he didn't eat at all. He didn't eat for like 2 days. And he was guarding. The guy, he gave me this little Allen key. He's like, "Do you want this?" I'm like, yeah, I leave tools around. And there's a guy, he's always stealing them for no reason, just because he found them. Oh, that's good. No, it's kind of good to just leave around for somebody to use. Like, this is a mess, but I want to clean things up. So I'm doing like right now. But I'm going to leave it so that it's a kind of a benevolent open space for peace and wellness. Another thing was I had put a Bible in this little wooden box, and it was a little clasp on the box so you can close it. And the Bible fit in there just to protect it a little bit. It was a big, hardcover, large type edition. But then I came back and it was, the box was undone. The Bible's on the ground. It got wet in the rain, I think. And I think all these big pylons of wood were all turned over and moved. So it was like a big calamitous thing. I don't know if that happened on the first time, but I put it back in the box, put it back where I had it, because it was kind of tucked off to the side and a little animal run trail. Not too obvious, but kind of there. And then it came like a day later, same thing, was on the ground. So it wasn't just knocked on the ground. And I think the second time is when all the pylons got knocked around, and they're big, heavy things. So for someone to do it, they deliberately made a statement about it. They went, I don't want this here. But that's just like a gins, or it could have been just, anarchists and losers. But that's the interesting thing. I thought that was interesting.